All right, family. Black Power is the truth. Hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description in the chat. Click that link. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti YouTube page to continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. We got your family. 25% off selected items at this time. Shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, Seti University. We talking about over 1,500 videos of nothing but pure heat and fire presented by General Seti himself. All the subjects that you know and love from the general. Plus, we got the supplemental, also monumental and instrumental research material from the Grandmaster teachers. I give you an overview on all the material, giving you 360 degrees of supreme African academic wisdom and knowledge that cannot be surpassed by any other website on the planet. I want you over there today. Do not hesitate. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University. And everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon. You know this. Popping on Patreon. Dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. That's right, family. Got fire, none but fire on over there on the platform. We got over 500 exclusive live streams that have never been seen any other place other than Patreon. You need to dig your hand down in that treasure chest of wisdom and knowledge. You need it. And plus, you get to see the general live, and that's the number one perk. Get over there today, family. Become a patron. To all the family that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me, all the hard work that I put in. Any of the family would like to donate to this Black Power cause, the link is right there in the video description, in the chat. Click that link, donate. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, I want to talk about some things. We turning up in the nighttime. You know, we peoples of the melanated, time of night any goddamn way. This is our time. We gonna drop this knowledge in the late melanin, the melanin zone, melanin hour. You feel what I'm saying? And so, yeah, we talking about, did the government, because we keep hearing this bullshit out here, did the government create Pan-Africanism, enforce it on us? You see, I don't pay attention to, a lot of these corny niggas out here, but I see that this is keep popping up, that somehow Marcus Garvey is an agent. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody that's talking about you are some simplistic niggas. You know what I'm saying? Simplistic. We have to understand some things. You see, and I'm gonna break this shit down for y'all tonight so you don't get confused. Cause what these niggas do out here, I don't give a goddamn which what organization. They still use many of the teachings that when we talk about Black Power, we talk about uplifting our community. They use these same, these teachings, you see, that they get from the Black Power, because we don't have no great teachers from any of those philosophies and ideologies. We don't have no great teachers. You see, some of these motherfuckers are just, I mean, they can't be no older than 5 years ago. You see, because some of these niggas I ain't never heard of, at all. They don't have no great leaders. I mean, take me to your leader, nigga. Because any great philosophy is going to have a college of great thinkers. You see, it's going to have a college of great thinkers. And what I want you to do out here today, because I'm going to break this shit down, because when we talk about, I call it gas. Okay, that was my thing. Pan-Africanism, and I don't have, but I have my own terminologies that I work with. But there's nothing inherently wrong with the concept at all. It's more of the wording for me. I need something that got a little more, revolutionary aspect. Gas, global African supremacy. It sounds like we about to take some shit over. You see what I'm saying? Pan-Africanism is a philosophy, and it's a powerful philosophy. But that gas, you know what I'm saying? That's that shit it show up in the revolutionary aspect of my being. You know what I'm saying? When you say global, you see, global African supremacy. You see the aspirations to be supreme. You see, and so that's what we about over here, with the BPC General Study. We about that gas. You see, now when we talk about Pan-Africanism, and we have many great minds that that speak of Pan-Africanism. And Marcus Garvey is, the great thinker. The great leader that put it down for our people. You see, we had Malcolm X who come after Marcus Garvey, and he updated the ideology. You had Dr. Clark, coming in during them times, to carry on the legacy, of the African ideology, the Pan-African ideology. But let's be clear about something. So motherfuckers don't, because this is, these simplistic niggas. We're gonna break these simplistic niggas down real quick. Because they act like motherfucker, they just say put niggas on the boat and just drag niggas to Africa. You see, that's all these niggas mention. You see, but they don't talk about the economic program. They say that the white man taught and created Pan-Africanism, which is a goddamn lie. Any fool ass nigga that would believe some shit like that, and I see these niggas shaking in their boots. Because what these niggas doing is they tricking you niggas, out of your common sense. Where has it ever been where a white man has taught a nigga to do for self? Yeah, do for self by not giving you shit, but he not gonna teach you to control your land and control your resources and not let him pillage you economically. I don't know nowhere on the goddamn planet where this has been so. They want the type of feeble mind that will allow them to come in and do anything that they want to, as far as raping the resources, raping the religion, raping every goddamn. He wants open access to everything that you control, everything that is a part of you, so that he can come in there and take out all the components that'll keep him from, from being the complete control, the complete dictator over everything that has a connection to your existence. You see, and so this is some foolish talk that these niggas is talking. It's just so simplistic to knock a lot of these niggas down. Even in the aspects, that a lot of people disconnect from Africa. We're gonna be talking about whether we should call ourselves Black Americans or whether we should call ourselves African Americans. We got a lot. We see Cameron has got this issue hot in the media right now, and technically I don't have a problem with either, and I believe that they both coexist, because you can't be, the only reason you Black is because you come from Africa. It ain't because you come from America. That's for damn sure, because this motherfucker is a ice block right goddamn now. You see, and so when we understand that we are black because we come from Africa, you understand, that's like, that's like taking wet out of rain. You see what I'm saying? How the fuck is you gonna take the qualities of something and in the elements that create the quality, you disconnect yourself from that. That's just like Malcolm X always taught us that you can't hate the root and not hate the tree. You see, the tree is the symbolisms of black, but the root is Africa. But we don't want to be African. We want to be black. We want the qualities of coming from Africa. You see, many of us. And so, I understand, like I said, I don't have no problem with either or, you see, because we're both. We're both. Black is our cosmic identity, while African is our planetary identity. When you got many different identifications. You got your state ID, you got your driver's license, you got your passport or whatever. You got different levels of identification. And so understand that black is our frequency, our color of divinity. It is our, the color of militancy. You see what we're about, the type of energy that we need to liberate ourselves today. But when we listen to Malcolm X, what we have to understand here is that, and Dr. Clark and all of the great thinkers, even Marcus Garvey, he didn't just up and say, let's go to Africa. What he did is he established a nationalistic program right in the community where you stay. You see what I'm saying? This is foolishness that these niggas is talking. They're trying to co-opt our program at the same time dissing, the ultimate aspirations. And we must explain to you foolish niggas out there that even the term global African supremacy or Pan-Africanism does not mean that every African on the planet is physically going back to Africa. But we are most definitely, mandatorily, spiritually, mentally going back to Africa. That's it. We're not going back to Africa. Africa is in us. You see? And so we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to go back to Africa to be a black nationalist or a Pan-Africanist or a global African supremacist. You see, you can practice your culture right where you at. When you see Irish people, they're not in Ireland, but you would goddamn think it on goddamn St. Patrick's Day. You understand? And and for a lot of people, they say, I hear this argument too, that you don't see white people call themselves European Americans. You see, which is a goddamn lie. You ask somebody, you can see Irish, you can see when that goddamn St. Patrick's Day come out, you will see every fucking Irish motherfucker out here with their green on. They had their flags on their fucking home. That's so you have to listen to what peoples is talking about. When you go to you got a Greek town in Detroit, you got a Chinatown in San Francisco, in New York, in LA. You got all type of Chinatowns all over this goddamn country. And yeah, they not in China, but China is in them. You see, they're not in Greece, but Greece is in them. When we go to Greek town, ain't nothing but goddamn Greeks. You see what I'm saying? Right down there in downtown Detroit, serving Greek food and shit. And they had their flags up and shit. You see, and Little Italy. You see, go there or go to New York. You got Little Italy. When you go to any type of Greek, any type of Jewish community, and you know good and goddamn well, they don't even fly the motherfucking American flag. The only motherfucking flag that you gonna see is that goddamn and they do, but you know, some of them do, some of them don't. The only goddamn flag that you gonna see is that goddamn Zionist flag that you see, oh, you know, in Israel. That's what you see. So to say, yeah, they don't have to say it, but if you ask them, they'll tell you that if you ask a motherfucking Jew, he ain't gonna even put the American. He just gonna say he Jewish. That's all he gonna say. He's not gonna say he Jew. You right. He's not gonna say he's Jewish American. He's gonna say that he's Jewish. That's what the fuck they say. So for that, you know, for people to say that, you know, no other peoples use the term where they from in front of American, that's slick talk. That's, you know, that's foolish talk. Because once you take a step back, you have to step back from, you know, fork tongue motherfuckers, you know, because they slick with their conversation until you step back and actually look and see that that's observably a lie. You can observe it easily, and within a matter of seconds, you can shoot that shit down. So all people that got a consciousness of who they represent, where the fuck they from, period. That's how it go. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I don't give a fuck what city you go to, wherever people, you know, them goddamn Arabs, you see Chaldeans in Detroit, them motherfuckers, they bring, you look in there, they always got their little culture in there on the wall and shit. You understand what I'm saying? They support their homeland. You know, they send money back to their homeland to build their damn homeland up. That's what they do. They send money back. You know, you know, and so that's you know, so we have to understand that we would be the only motherfucker in the world that are not connected to our motherland. That's just, let's state the facts on that. You know, we running, we finding any motherfucking excuse we can not to connect to Africa. That's really what it boiled down to. And I'm gonna just keep telling niggas, I wouldn't take a time to argue with no nigga that we are, you know, original to any other land than Africa. That's the land of our genes. When we say original, we see the root of original is gene. So your gene ain't black. Your gene go back to Africa. It don't go, you know, blackness is also a divine color. It is the color of a lot of our people also. We ain't gonna just state that it's not, you know, and a lot of people tend to say, oh, you know, in even the argument against black. I have motherfuckers that argue against black and I had to get on their ass. Where they say, man, there ain't no, you know, don't call yourself African or black. Some motherfuckers don't even want to be either. They don't want to be African or black. They say, man, ain't no land called black. I say, nigga, you must, who you think who you think you fucking with, nigga? You understand what I'm saying? You see, the thing is, it's other languages out there that, you know, when you say Sudanese, Sudan means land of the blacks. You know, Aswad or Sud in Arabic means black. So, you know, though it may be expressed in a different language, yes, it is nations out here that are you know, that is identified by black. That's a goddamn lie. So when people say, oh, ain't no nations out here called black, that's a goddamn lie. You see, even Ethiopia is burnt face. Is identified by the color black. Ethiopia is identified by the color black. So if anybody out here tell you that there are not nations out here that are identified by the color black, they telling a goddamn lie. Niger, which come from the Latin word nigger, okay? Coming from the Latin word nigger. You see? And so and it's not Niger, it's nigger, okay? Because there was no J until the 16th century. So a lot of people say Nigeria. No, it's not Niger, it's nigger. That's what it is. because it's coming from the Latin. Coming out of the French expression, but French is romantic, meaning it comes from Rome. It comes out of Latin. Okay, that's where it comes from. It comes out of Latin. So when you take it back earlier, when you see the expression of Niger in Rome, if you see the expression of Niger before 1600 is nigger, okay? And in Latin, it means black because they use it in reference to the Black Madonna. So we must shoot down, on both sides where people say, oh, we can't use black or we can't. No, in actuality, we use both. You see, one is our cosmic identity, because that means we accept that we from, the cosmic origin of creation. You see, and because, black has always been talked down on. You see, that black has always been taught to be evil, to be something to be disdained. And you see, and it's a reason for that. And these niggas carry on today in trying to, defame and take the dignity out of the color black. And some people say it's not even a color, but say all colors. And when you put all colors together, they become black. I say, well, goddamn, like produce like. Motherfuckers talk about science. You can get a goddamn black car and a black t-shirt and all this shit. But it ain't a color. I don't even understand that shit. Okay, if it's not a color, it's the absorbing a color. Well, I tell you what, I guarantee you that every goddamn thing that's black, I guarantee you they put some type of a dye together. You know what I'm saying? Did they absorb all the light into the goddamn paint, or did they put some dyes together to make it black? That's what they did. So if you put some colors together, how in the fuck light produce light? How can something that's not a color produce other colors? That don't make no goddamn sense. And even in the human race, in the African race, you can have somebody that's pitch black produce an albino. You see what I'm saying? So that right there show you and produce all colors in the spectrum. You see? But we understand that black being the dominant, you understand that it is the primary color. That albino cannot produce a Sudanese, a dark Sudanese, cannot do that. So it can only go one way. So we start with the primary color, because the primary color is even the original abode of God, because it said, let there be light. And then there was light, but it didn't say let there be blackness, because blackness is infinite. It was always there. So when we identify with blackness, we identify with immortality. That's what we're doing. We're showing that we are an immortal people, that we come directly from the essence of the cosmos. You see? And so now when we deal with African, that is our planetary. That's where, that's the womb of black people on this planet. It is the womb, and not all black people are African. That's why you have to, and though they may be, they may have the shade of black, they don't have the frequency of blackness. That is something that is solely identified by African people. They don't get down like us. Blackness is even over there, they call it the outcast and shit. You see what I'm saying? In India, they say that's the outcast, or that's the Sudra. You see what I'm saying? They even use that term, the Sudra. You the lowest of the caste system. So they don't identify. So even over there, but blackness is a frequency of divinity and militancy. You see, and we define it. We define it. We gave birth to that. And so, when you talking about Pan-Africanism, that, niggas is out here talking about Marcus Garvey was an agent and so on and so forth. Anybody that they could try and listen here, when you read Marcus Garvey, you have to read it for your own logic. And you have to understand that, the things that he was teaching, in those in the effect that Marcus Garvey had on many great Pan-African leaders in Africa, you see, that come from up under colonialism. I don't identify with all of them, but they understood the blueprint of Garvey, you see, and they used the blueprint of Garvey, you understand, to come from up under the yoke of imperialism and colonialism in Africa. You can't name me none of these niggas leaders or teachers that done the equivalent what Garvey did for the great leadership in Africa. You got to understand, when you talk about Marcus Garvey and talking about Malcolm X, that's damn near like talking about Rakim and Nas. You see what I'm saying? How Rakim was the first great MC, and then you got Nas. And so you look at Marcus Garvey and you look at Malcolm X. Malcolm X, carried on the legacy of Marcus Garvey, and he identified Black nationalism, that militancy, and so he said that we were also African, but he also said Black nationalism. He used both. You see, it's necessary to use both because you got some niggas over there that's African, but they ain't Black. They ain't got that goddamn frequency. They ain't got that frequency. Them niggas over there got crackatosis and niggeritis. You understand? Pneumonia and all the other goddamn diseases. You see, Kundarias and all the other rias. They got them all, you see? And so you could be African and not be Black. You see, and you can be Black and not be African. And that's why you got to identify with both. But when you're talking about Pan-Africanism and you talk about Malcolm X, see, Malcolm X is also, he used both Pan-Africanism and he used Black nationalism. See, he used, because they're interchangeable. You see, they're interchangeable. But when you start talking about Pan-Africanism and you talking about Black nationalism and you talking about global African supremacy, it does not mean that you just jump in a goddamn boat. It doesn't. This is what these foolish niggas is, acting like we, you got to, that just show you how weak they is. Because when you take the shit that they saying and you break it down, it could be easily dissected. You see, when Malcolm X talked about Black nationalism, what he said, the first place for you to start is right in your own motherfucking community. It ain't about just jumping on no boat. You have to develop the skills of governing yourself. You see? So it's not about just up and going some motherfucking way. You got to first practice the skills of self-governing right where the fuck you at. You see? You got to you got to develop the skills of self-governing, government and governing right where you at. You see, to prove to yourself, that you can engage on a higher level, a higher stage of Black nationalism where you didn't develop your community and now you reaching out to other communities. So the aspect of Pan-Africanism is not so much that we jump on a boat and go back to Africa as much as it is that we return back to Africa first in our minds and our goddamn spirits. That's what the Pan-Africanism is. We understand some of us might not never get back home to Africa as to live. They might go to visit. They might not have the intention to go back to Africa and live, but they as much as a Pan-Africanist or a Black nationalist as anybody that could be on the continent. That means we engage in African culture, African spirituality, African history, and so on, wherever you at, and when your motherland is in need of you, that you show up. You goddamn right. Just like when what's going on in Gaza, and all Arabs speak out of what's going on in Gaza, and so Africans, wherever they at on the planet, should do the same for Africa, and we should march, and we should show our disgruntledness and show our anger if anything was to happen any similar to what's going on in Gaza or anywhere else, not just in Africa, but anywhere where our people reside. That's what the global African supremacy is about. That's what it's about. Pan-Africanism. That's what it's about. So, I don't see they trivial minded niggas where they try to make it seem like that they just want us to get on some boats and go back to Africa. Marcus Garvey say he wasn't taking nobody with him if they didn't have no goddamn skills. He say, nigga, you can stay right here. We don't have no need for you. So, we don't have no need for you. We don't have no need for a nigga that ain't got no skills or just want to, or don't even have the aspiration to want to learn something. You see, so you can help to build up the nation. One, we can't have people without skills. And that's something he always talked about, technology. You see, he always talking about that. That's the gauge by which, great peoples rule the planet. And if you ain't got, and if we not, moving to develop, science, high science, and, and technology, that, we would be left behind by other races in the world that who do understand the importance of science and technology. And so, Malcolm X, in the message to the grassroots, he broke that down for us, on Black nationalism and how you should start right here in your own community. And he broke it down on why, we're not successful in our community because we don't have businesses, and even when we have aspirations, and we don't support Black businesses, and even when we want to support Black businesses, there's none around for us to support, you see. And so these are the critical things that we have to, learn to, we have to put in place, policies that can do away with that we could get all these other peoples up out of it. Because if you can't master that right where you at, then you're not gonna go. I mean, just getting on the boat. Is that what these niggas are saying? That's what Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X and our great leaders, that they just say, get on a goddamn boat. See, they stealing a lot of our policies. They're stealing a lot of our program because they don't have no teachers that on no great level that was teaching these or advocating these policies before Marcus Garvey or before Malcolm X or before Dr. John Henry Clark or before. They don't have no great teachers. Okay, so let's just be clear about this. These are some niggas that just then popped up. If this is an ideology, and I have to say this shit, you see, and it's stretched back, and this is something that people believe in, and they've been practicing it for hundreds of years. Then we should be able to hear the great names of teachers that have come forth and espoused on these philosophies and shook up the world. Show me these teachers. They don't have that. These are some internet niggas that just popped up just 2 fucking days ago, and they're still in our policies because they understand that those are sound policies by damn near any people on the planet that have any self-respect and understanding of nationhood. These are just certain things that that must be practiced in order for us to be a successful community and a successful nation. I mean, so they steal our policies, and add them to their philosophy, and the only thing they change is Africa and, the Black aspect, the Black, or they are, some of them accept the Black, but don't want to accept Africa. But you Black because you come from Africa. You can't be Black because you come from North America. You can't be Black because you come from North America, because North America is a fucking ice box right now, all the way down into the fucking South. You see what I'm saying? This is not where our genes originated from. When you got peoples in your family that are pitch Black, and we are Black too, it don't make no difference, but we go to the root. We go to the root. When you got peoples in your family that are pitch Black, it is no way you talking about, nigga, you originated in no goddamn North America, nigga. And you originated even in all goddamn religions and spiritualities. I don't give a fuck which one. It's a garden or a paradise. The only motherfucker that got some shit that talking about some ice and shit is them goddamn Vikings and them goddamn Nordic people. No other people would assume that a land that is damn near a fucking iceberg, damn near 5 fucking months out of the year, would assume that this would be the land of our goddamn origin. That motherfucking fact alone destroys any motherfucking thing that niggas is talking about. Period. You see what I'm saying? Period. Nigga, nigga, listen here. If you are a nigga and you a black man and you are African and you got to put on a winter coat, nigga, you lost. You didn't wandered away from home, nigga. Go to the nearest motherfucking lost and found, nigga, and turn yourself in. Anytime you got to put on a winter coat, nigga, you are not in the land of your goddamn origin. Because there's no way you would have a high level of melanin content on the level of our people unless you originated in a land that was hot all motherfucking year round. Okay? This is science, nigga, that cannot be refuted. So when we deal with, and I'm gonna move on because we got other shit we're gonna talk about tonight. This is it. But since, you know, the brother called himself putting this in our comments yesterday, I just wanted to bring this up because, you know, I'm hearing this garbage that somehow that white people created Pan-Africanism is something instinctive to black people. It's instinctive to any people. You see what I'm saying? To practice their ism, whatever it is. It's instinctive for European people to practice Europeanism. It is instinctive for Oriental people to practice Orientalism. It's instinctive for Arabs to practice Arabism. Nobody gonna teach you that. That is something that is pre-coded by nature. You see? So for anybody to, to assume that somebody would teach us to be natural, and I'm gonna say this before I get up out of here, because it's confusing to me. It's confusing to me that people could keep saying that the white people tricked us, that we was African. They tricked us that, the slave trade didn't happen, and that, the only way that you could fool motherfuckers that something like that didn't happen. You mean that white people is that you control the narrative of every motherfucker. Why they couldn't do that to no other people on the planet? Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Could they convince Chinese people they was from Australia? Y'all not from here, man. Just like a motherfucker like these niggas in China say, man, we not from China. We from Australia. They tricked us. They tricked us and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. That's like a motherfucker, European people. You know what I'm saying? We not from Europe, which they really not, but we're gonna use, we not from Europe. We from Jamaica. They tricked us. You understand? When we ain't from, we from goddamn Jamaica. How the fuck is you gonna trick everybody that nobody would retain the knowledge of their origin? You gonna trick everybody on both sides of the water. You see what I'm saying? Ain't did it nowhere else on the planet. And they colonized, nations everywhere. But somehow we the only people on the planet where they didn't tricked us that we ain't from, we not from Africa. No, that's a lie. They tricked us. That means that every single man, woman, and child was brainwashed into believing that. And even got niggas on the other side saying they sold us, so they didn't trick them. So nobody maintained a level of history, You understand? Other than the white man. And we the goddamn majority on top of it. So how in the fuck can just a few motherfuckers like that, you know what I'm saying, trick billions of people, millions, hundreds of millions of people, some bullshit like that? You see, that don't make no sense. And I'm gonna tell y'all this again. And I want y'all to think the two logical things that I just nailed the coffin. I really don't even gotta go no further. And the third is, niggas is always talking about they got documents. Man, you got the documents? Let me show you the documents. Man, we got the documents. I'm going to just ask you one question, motherfucker. Is it written in English? See? You see? But see, people don't ask these niggas this. They say they got some documents. Yeah, man, we go by the documents. Yeah, man, let me show you this treaty. Is it written in English? Okay, then, nigga, don't show me nothing in English. Nigga, show me the original language you niggas was speaking before the white man showed up. That's what I want to see, the documents in that. So when we go to Egypt, you see what I'm saying? We show you Medunata. We show you the Medunata written in the original language of our people. Nigga, every document these niggas show up with, nigga, got white man language on it. They don't never show us nothing before the white man. They don't never show, man, let me show you this treaty. I don't want to see that motherfucking treaty, nigga. That shit got English on it. Show me your ancient shit, nigga. You say you been here forever. So, I mean, why do you keep showing me some documents from the goddamn 1700s and shit like that? No, nigga, let's take a trip down memory lane. Nigga, take me into the BC era. We are ancient people. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they want to do to us by cutting us off from Africa. Because if you ain't African and you ain't connected to Africa, what the fuck is you, nigga? You done just severed your ancient culture. You start with the slave boat, nigga, or you start in a matrix of lies because you ain't got nothing found. You don't have no foundation, no other, historically. You understand? You don't have no foundation. Where the fuck is your foundation, nigga? You see? And so you gonna start your history with the slave boat, you see? And so that's where black alone, because that is our cosmic divinity, and it's divine to be black. But if you black without Africa, then you lose your ancient culture. And I'm not giving up my ancient culture. You understand what I'm saying? We can cut off, it's a whole lot of reason why people do that. It's a whole lot of reason why people do that, but none of them is not strategically, you understand what I'm saying, smart to cut yourself off from your root. It just ain't, and there's no way you can get around that. It's just, but it's other strategies that can be used for whatever reason to neutralize any threat to our identity. You see? We can still, establish policy, to neutralize any threat to our identity. We just got to put them in place. You see what I'm saying? That's real talk. But, all this bullshit out here, niggas talking about that white people created Pan-Africanism and that Marcus Garvey, y'all niggas is lame. Y'all can get on. And what was I about to say about, and again, your documents. Don't show me nothing with the white man on it. I'm sick of you niggas. Man, I got the document. Motherfucker, is English on it or French? But bitch, that ain't ancient. I want ancient. I want ancient documents. We are ancient people. And anytime you show me, and every time you show me a document, motherfucker, you show me something with the white man name on it. Okay? I'm sick of that shit. You see? I'm sick of that. I'm done with you niggas. And the other thing is, this is another thing that I want to bring up. I'm gonna teach tonight. How in the fuck is a motherfucker gonna trick you from somewhere if the people don't look like you? They say they don't look. I mean, well, was the white man trying to be successful when he tricked us? That's just like a motherfucker say, y'all ain't from America, y'all from China, or y'all from, I know good and goddamn well I don't look like a Chinese. And so if he said we came from China, and I look at a Chinese and I know good and goddamn well I don't look like was he trying to be successful in the lie, or he just creating up any little simplistic ass lie Okay, because if he was trying to be successful, then obviously he saw that there were some similarities between us and in Africa. Even if he told a lie, you from Africa. And if I turn around and I look over to Africa and I don't see nobody that look like me, I'm gonna be like, bitch, you lying. You know what I'm saying? That shit would have been shot down. If a motherfucker say we from Serbia, or we from Yugoslavia, we can easily turn around within seconds and say, you know what, you a lying motherfucker. We ain't from no Yugoslavia or no Serbia. So if we don't look like Africans, why would crackers make up a goddamn lie that a nigga could shoot down in 3 seconds? That goddamn philosophy would have been dead the motherfucking second it came out his mouth. You niggas are liars. You're cheap liars. That those lies, number one, this is environment is not no land that's gonna create no goddamn black people. Let's get over that shit. Okay? Any nigga out there, I don't give a fuck where you at in the United States today. I tell you what, nigga, step outside right motherfucking now into that goddamn cold, nigga, and just step your silly ass out there right now and feel that cold and tell me, is this the fucking environment that can create a black people? Explain that. And okay, we done with that. And number two, if they tricked us that we was from Africa, and they taught, and we eventually we saw African, and we didn't dispel that myth instantly, then obviously we look alike. And obviously the white man wouldn't tell a lie like that unless he was trying to be successful. So he would not choose a people or a land that didn't look like us. Even if he was trying to trick us, he would at least, goddamn, you got, say for instance, like I say, you got Oriental people. You might can trick a Japanese that he Chinese. You might be able to trick, you might be able to, because they look somewhat alike. They do. They got some slant up, some slant down. But if you take a motherfucking Japanese and drop him in motherfucking China, and he don't know he came from Japan, he might believe he Chinese. If the motherfucker, so you might be able to, but you ain't gonna trick no nigga that he Chinese. You see, so you're not gonna trick nobody to believe that, they come from a landmass of people that don't look like them. So I'm sick of motherfuckers keep saying that we were tricked over here. That's bullshit. Okay, or that we don't come from, or that we were tricked over, but we was tricked to believe that we came from Africa. That's some bullshit. Okay, because that shit would have been shot down long time ago. We wouldn't even be talking about it right now. It wouldn't have took no niggas that long to identify some people that don't look like them and shot that shit down. So the fact that it has remained so strong for so long, because people identify with the culture. You see, I'm sick of you niggas. I'm sick of you niggas. Straight up. I'm sick of you niggas. And so, and that was, primarily, and other things, just those facts, them tricking us over here. And, tricking us to believe we was from Africa and that we indigenous. Y'all got a whole, y'all in a paradox. Because it's like y'all saying that y'all existed. Y'all grew up out the soil. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all grew up out of the soil over in this motherfucker. So y'all got, y'all just got your own origin and all this shit. And I want y'all to scientifically prove that. I want y'all to scientifically prove that y'all have never been on any other landmass other than this. That's crazy. That shit damn near mind-blowing to me that motherfuckers could even believe that shit. So that's that fire for you niggas. And I see niggas out there shaking because I hear niggas out there, I've seen some videos and niggas is almost distraught. Y'all niggas know y'all can't fuck with me. And like I say, the next time we show or we even have a talk and you have a conversation, and if all I see is you niggas showing white man languages, French and English, I know, nigga, you can't go no earlier than that. You can't go no earlier than that, nigga. That's the earliest you can. You start your history with the white man language. That's what you do, nigga. English and French. You don't have nothing earlier than that, unless you go back home. You in a serious you in some quicksand, nigga, that you just can't get out of. All right, family, we got 2-3 more tonight. We gonna teach tonight. If you up, then stay in tune with the general, because we gonna be dropping some hard information. All right, family, hit some of them links, support your general, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.